Welcome to the Deep Dive Books channel, where we hope you find something valuable every day.
We continue our release of Top 10 Survival Strategies for the Age of AI, with Part 2 on reading and education. First, regarding reading. Read new books written by current outstanding figures. If you take reading seriously, the most important thing is to establish an awareness of current issues. What do you care about? Do you know what the most pressing concerns of our time are? The most valuable insights are always at the forefront of the era. No clichés here, but many scholars have already produced mature research results. If you grasp these and form a system, you become a valuable source of information. To establish a system, you must take the initiative and conduct extensive research. In 2021, I wanted to understand the relationship between Chinese culture and modernization, so I read many books. I took detailed notes on around 66 books that year. I reviewed and annotated these 66 books extensively. Then, I broke them down and found their contents could be summarized into 9 major themes with several sub-issues under each. I created 9 large tables in Evernote, each divided into several issues. Each issue listed how every book discussed it, with links to the notes. This way, if you ask me about any question regarding China and modernization, I can provide a specialized report instantly. After these cross-comparisons, I found that China's issues are not a mystery. Scholars have more consensus than differences. As long as you are a serious scholar and treat various sources fairly, you will reach the same conclusions. This effort yielded significant insights for me. Of course, this reading method is complex, but now tools like Perplexity AI can help us. Research isn't limited to books, but also includes the latest papers, and AI's automatic search and summarization are more convenient than flipping through books. The ideal situation is having an expert conduct this research and write a comprehensive, big book for you. A big book isn't necessarily lengthy but provides a top-down explanation of a field, standing at the top of the information chain. Reading such books is highly efficient. For instance, our channel previously analyzed Robert M. Sapolsky's Behave, which explains human behavior, from guerrilla politics to human relations, evolutionary psychology to emotional physiology, and genetics to adolescence. It's full of fresh material and insights, each bit worthy of an article. Sapolsky, a leading scholar in this field, put great effort into this book, making it a must-read. Our strategy is to read new books written by current outstanding figures. In humanities, there's often a call to read classics. In my physics background, we never had the notion of reading classics. No professor would tell students to read Newton's Philosophiae Naturalis Principia Mathematica or Einstein's original papers on relativity. Those works are of historical value only. Many classic theories in humanities have been proven wrong, and even if they are correct, there are better ways to express them now. By reading the new books, you'll naturally understand what the classics conveyed. For example, Thomas Sowell, now in his 90s, wrote remarkable works decades ago and is a classic figure. However, he released a new book last year, Social Justice Fallacies. Reading it, I found it filled with vigor, citing the latest materials and data, responding to recent trends, and challenging Rousseau's Discourse on the Origin and Basis of Inequality among Men. So why spend time on Rousseau's 1755 book when you can read Sowell's new one? The new book might be wrong, but the classic is already wrong. How do you find such books? First, know the leading figures in various fields today. Then follow them on Twitter. Not only see what new books they release, but also what they discuss, recommend, care about, support, and oppose, and their views on current hot topics. It's like being a soccer fan. You should at least know the top teams and star players in Europe's 5 major leagues and be familiar with their dynamics. Most people don't read books this way. Some friends read 1 or 2 books a year, sharing a new idea on social media in awe, even if that idea is wrong. This shows a lack of systematic reading. You need to turn that field into a big tree in your mind. It should have a strong main structure where new knowledge can be hung on. Every time you hear a new idea, you immediately know its place in the academic world. This way, you grasp the current scientific understanding. Your statements become reliable, and your views worth listening to. Otherwise, you're just swayed by the wind, lacking discernment. At this level, you'll find there aren't too many good books. There are too few. Many books I want to read haven't been written yet. For example, it's clear now that traditional education has big problems. I eagerly await someone to conduct systematic research, integrate the latest findings, and write a comprehensive book on Chinese education. Yet, no hero has emerged to write this book in China. Second, regarding education. The top strategy is to cultivate ownership, the middle strategy is to train players, and the bottom strategy is to produce craftspeople. Traditional education strategies have indeed failed. The most obvious sign is the uselessness of the people it produces. Students only learn a bunch of knowledge points, becoming exam machines. On one hand, many graduates can't find jobs. On the other, employers can't find talent. The education system once served as an IQ and willpower filter, but with the advent of AI, even IQ and willpower have lost their value. In the AI era, the most valuable trait is initiative. Not the kind of initiative to do homework after school, but the initiative to do something without being told or understood by others. Living in the expectations set by others from a young age, children raised in a highly competitive environment lack initiative. Recently, I saw someone online sharing their 18-year journey of raising a competitive child in Haitian. The child started English and music education at 1, attended various extracurricular classes and competitions, struggled through high school, and finally scored 582 on the college entrance exam after spending tens of thousands of dollars on tutoring. This score is decent but clearly didn't meet the parents' expectations. This highly competitive model means investing huge resources to raise a high-level test taker, making you question its worth. I'd like to compare this with American education. Despite its many issues, there's something worth considering. Here's a reading material from my son's first biology class in high school last year. The first lesson wasn't about biology knowledge but the scientific method. How to design experiments, control variables, use graphs to express results, and conduct research to make scientific judgments. It included a thought-provoking prompt. In San Francisco, the death rate for African American babies is nearly 5 times the rate for white babies. Knowing my son's school is near San Francisco, this data immediately provokes an emotional response in students. This is social injustice happening nearby. Is it because hospitals don't care for black babies properly? Or do many black people lack money for hospital births? Or are black mothers' health issues to blame? How would you research this problem? I think this kind of education is more about nurturing talent. If American students are learning to think scientifically about real issues while Chinese students only know knowledge points and problem-solving techniques, shouldn't we be worried? In the AI context, knowledge points are useless, and problem-solving techniques are no longer valuable. We need new ways to classify talent. I propose dividing talent into 3 categories based on initiative levels. The first category is the traditional education system's default target. Low-initiative individuals, politely termed craftsmen, but more bluntly, tools. Traditional education not only ignores the downside of passivity but rewards it. From a young age, it instills the notion that being obedient is good. All knowledge has clear right and wrong, exams test standardized points. This system superficially opposes rote memorization, but even its flexible problem-solving is just routines. It aims to produce someone who can follow rules and complete tasks efficiently. In essence, it's producing assembly line workers. Even if a student excels, earning numerous degrees and awards, they are still a craftsman, not an artist. They lack uniqueness, growing up believing that doing everything right will earn them rewards, like a government job or a house. Craftsmen value following rules, adhering to processes, and meeting expectations. The second type of talent is players. Players follow rules but don't respect processes. Players don't care about others' expectations. They have their own wants. These wants are often unattainable through institutional means, so they must find ways to achieve them. Their actions lack fixed procedures, requiring self-planning and action. It's like playing a game. Mediocre craftsmen need guides, but players use trial and error to find optimal routes others haven't discovered. New jobs created by AI are first taken by players. Craftsmen don't attempt anything new, especially risky tasks. They are lost outside their comfort zones. Players, however, thrive in uncharted territories, feeling at ease like fish in water. Players' initiative isn't cultivated. It's innate. Trial and error and curiosity are fundamental traits of vertebrates. Wise parents should restrain their controlled desires, giving children enough autonomy to establish trial and error habits and confidence. The third type of talent is owners or shapers. While craftsmen think, I want to be a certain kind of person, and players think, I want to achieve something, owners think, I want to shape this system. Owners create and shape systems, setting rules, and providing space for others to live and develop. Craftsmen expect to be arranged, players arrange themselves, but owners arrange others. Owners believe the world is malleable and feel a sense of responsibility. If they see a flawed system, they feel obliged to improve it. The world always has owners fixing and improving things. They can be entrepreneurs creating new products, principals genuinely nurturing talent, or just parents who love their children. The AI era needs more owners. AI is waiting for the call of the owners, eager to help them accomplish great things. Owners are very concerned about who will be replaced by AI. But precisely because they care, they themselves will not be replaced by AI. Ideally, we all hope that the world will be led by owners. Not by AI, craftsmen, or players. Our strategy has 3 levels. The top level is to cultivate owners, the middle level is to train players, and the bottom level is to produce craftsmen. That's today's content. Next, we will talk about social connections and relationships.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.